It's a tough time to be white. Because of the color of our skin, we need to go the extra mile to make sure people don't think we're racist. And who needs to know that more than anyone else? Our black friends. If you're not talking to them about racism in a productive way, they might break up with you. And if you don't have any black friends, how will people know you're not racist? In this video, I'll be sharing with you 5 useful tips to be a good white friend. Tip number 1. Apologize to them every day. Make it a daily habit to text your black friends, making vague, sweeping apologies for the existence of racism. Acknowledge that you yourself have benefited from certain racial biases, even though they didn't ask you to, and by doing so you literally solve nothing. By inundating your black friends' inboxes with unsolicited, empty apologies, you make it nearly impossible for them to go about their daily lives. But at least you'll feel really good about yourself. Tip number 2. Ask about their experiences with racism. Don't you just love talking about and reliving your past traumas? I'm sure your black friends do too. Instead of doing a simple Google search and educating your own damn self, use this time to lock yourself in a room with your black friends and force them to open up about the pain of being seen as inferior simply because of the color of their skin. It'll be really uncomfortable for them. But they owe it to you. You're a good white friend, and you know these conversations need to be had, when in reality, they're entirely unnecessary. Tip number 3. Ask them how they feel about everything that's going on today, as if you couldn't figure that out on your own. Don't screw up by allowing them to speak about it on their own terms. That's not uncomfortable enough. Bring up the subject yourself to show how truly caring you are. Be sure to hold their hand or wrap your arm around their shoulder and say things like, "I'm an empath, so I totally understand what you're going through," or, "Don't worry, your life matters to me." That'll help you feel really good about yourself. Tip number 4. Post to social media. Continue to repost, retweet, and regram about anti-racism. Not because it helps the cause necessarily, but more so that your black friends won't think you're racist and break up with you. Post receipts of your donations to black organizations. Post receipts of all the petitions you've signed. Remember those 5 books about racism you saw in a blog post and bought but then only read 10 pages of because reading is hard and 90 Day Fiancé is more fun? Take a picture of them all together and post it to your story. By appearing to be more sophisticated and educated than you actually are, you'll most definitely impress your black friends, in addition to all your white followers who are way less woke than you. Finally, tip number 5. Venmo reparations. Seeing as black people in America have yet to receive reparations for slavery, you should take it upon yourself to do the right thing. Make room in your monthly budget for a reparations fund that you distribute to your black friends. It's like Patreon, but for your black friends. Make sure your payments are made public so that everyone can see the good work you're doing. Don't become one of the millions of white people who lose their black friends for not being woke enough. If you follow all these tips, your black friends will not be irritated with you at all. They'll be happy to call you a good white friend.